What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to our New Jersey Devils franchise mode. It's been like almost 2 weeks, and that's really not like me. Usually I upload franchise mode or GM mode more than anything else, but I've been so busy, I got sick, and I wasn't really sure what we're going to do here in New Jersey. I want to get back into things. I want to get back to the every other day uploads, all that stuff. I do have some ideas. I'm already thinking about our next franchise mode. I've kind of hinted about it on Twitter, but as of right now, we're gonna do a couple more years here in New Jersey. Like we haven't even got to see our first round pick Timothy Liljegren come to the team. I'm hoping he's gonna be ready for next year. Like I don't want to just end the GM mode just because I'm not really bored, but I've been getting the feeling that you guys kind of want something else, and it hasn't really worked out here in New Jersey because we haven't won, and that sucks. But where is he? Timothy Liljegren right there. 78 overall, 20 years old. He's still very, very promising. I'm hoping that he is ready for next year. He's a two-way defenseman. I'm hoping that he's going to be ready for next year. Now, Jake Bean, this is the guy. He is the man of the hour. He has been phenomenal since we acquired him. Now, there's a few comments were saying, look at his offensive category, all right? Shooting category, 5 stars. Skating, 5 stars. His defense is really, really good as well. His puck skills is great. His discipline, offensive awareness, it's all great. Why not play him as a forward? He's 21 years old now. We've done this in the past. Who was it? Oh man, it was Josh Morrissey. Josh Morrissey, we played him as a forward. Honestly, I don't think it was in the Winnipeg GM mode. It might have been in the Rangers. No, it was definitely in the Winnipeg GM mode. I know we traded for him in the Rangers one, but it was definitely in the Winnipeg GM mode. We played him as a forward, and he was a beast. Like 45 goals a year. Now, I know the simulation is a little bit different with how players score. It'd be kind of cool to play Jake Bean as a forward. I think with Liljegren coming up next year, maybe we'll try it for a few games in this episode. You know what? Maybe towards the end we will we'll try it. We'll do a little bit of an experiment. All right, we'll call up Timothy Liljegren and then we'll play Jake Bean as a forward, and then we'll maybe scratch Palmieri for a few games or do something. All right, we'll do something fun. I do want to try that out. I had a thought about it. I thought maybe it would work because our goal scoring has been down. That has been a huge issue with our franchise here, has been the lack of goal scoring, and that's why we get eliminated in the postseason. It's frustrating. It really, really is because we have the tools to do it. We are on a 2-game winning streak here. We beat a couple of Original 6 teams, going up against 4 Original 6 teams in a row. Detroit, the Rangers, the Bruins, and then Toronto, and a 6-3 loss against the Bruins, unfortunately. And we're 21-11-6 up against the Maple Leafs, who really are struggling. They're not doing that well this year. Period number 1, 1-1 here. Kyle Palmieri and Brandon Leipsic. All right. Period number 2. All right. 0-0 there in the 1-all hockey game. Third period. There you go. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Gets a big goal, making it 2-1, and that's how that game is going to end. So we go 3-1 in our 4 games against the Original 6 teams. That's all right. I'll take that. What's the next game? Well, so you know what? Maybe, all right, so at the start of next month, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll go Toronto, Anaheim, New York, Ottawa, and then end it off against Edmonton. We'll do a 5-game test to see how Jake Bean is going to do as a forward. Now, it may not happen. I may just continue him as a defenseman because honestly, he's been great. He's got 12 goals. He's our offensive leader on the back end. Kind of, why take our most offensive defenseman and put him as a forward? I just want to test it. I want to do a little bit of like a science experiment. Do a little test. But aside from that, I'm pretty happy with the team. We ended up keeping Kyle Palmieri, although there was a lot of people saying, man, you got to get rid of him, you got to trade him. I've given him a second shot, and he's been playing pretty well this year. So after the end of this month, we'll do a little bit of a stat recap because since you guys haven't had a GM mode for almost 2 weeks, which really sucks, I do apologize about that. I've just been so busy, and then I got sick, and then my work has been so busy, and with everything happening, I really didn't have like a spare minute to do anything, so the videos were slacking, but we're getting right back into this. Corey Schneider with back-to-back shutouts, triple shutouts, and then we get spanked 6-1. What a man. Corey Schneider is a beast. He is an animal. But yeah, I do apologize for all of that. We're going to get back into the swing of things here. I have some great ideas for some future videos, and we're getting right back into this. I'm coming right back, better than ever. Was ended off with a 2-game winning streak. There you go. Corey Schneider or Mackenzie Blackwood, I guess. I don't know who's starting, but they are getting some shutouts. We're playing good. We're 29, 14, and 7. I mean, we've been in this position before. We're a hot team, and once the postseason hits, it's a different story. So we're 1 point out of first place in our division. The Flyers there with Big Bad Claude Giroux are leading the way. Check out the points department here. 38 points for Michael Dalcol in 50 games. You see, no one's really taken a crazy point lead. Like, no one's really stepping up like crazy, but people are producing. We have quite a few people with over 30 points. You can see here Michael Dalcol 38, and the thing is, a lot of people are plus players, which is kind of cool. Taylor Hall, 37, Nuge, 34, Paul Mary, 33, and then our second line kind of drops off a little bit. Cam Atkinson only getting 22. Only 22 for Cam Atkinson. Huh. Well, he had a great year last year. It seems like everyone has a great year and then a shitty year, and then a great year and then a shitty year. Like, what's up with that? Dude had 63 points, now he's got 22? Really? That's strange. McNeil, 19. Cam Fowler. Pavel Zacha, only 15 points. What do we do with these guys? Tom Hack, only 15. Yeah, like, our goal scoring is still down. It's still very down. Look at Santini, 9 points. My boy. There he is. John Merrill there with only 5. So, I mean, the points are down as per usual. No one's really taken a crazy reign on. I mean, let's just look at some other teams here. Pacioretty's got 40, so a couple points a couple points more than Michael Dalcol. The Flyers have 5 players that have more points than us. Pittsburgh has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players once again. San Jose, they don't have any. St. Louis has 1, 2. Okay, I mean, I guess it's not that bad. Stamkos, Adam Ernie. You can see here, I mean, I guess we're middle of the road. I guess close to 40 points in 50 games isn't really that bad. I just want to see more production out of the guys. I really want to see a player just separate themselves, like, from, the pack, because all we've had is all these players getting 50 to 70 points, and that's great. I want to see some big numbers, though. I want to see some production. I've given you all the tools to succeed. Taylor Hall, 8 goals. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, Halsey? Ugh, man, a lot of people saying we should move Hall. Jake Bean, 14 goals, 10 helpers. He's very offensively minded. Maybe that could help us out. Maybe that'll do it. How about our goaltenders? I assume Corey Schneider's going to be playing off the chain, as he usually does. 9 shutouts already. Did he match his total for last year? He had how many shutouts? Can I see? Yeah, he had 8 last year, so he's got a career high 9 shutouts this year. That's awesome. Mackenzie Blackwood's got 1. He's 4-1, and he's 25-13. So both of our goalies are playing great. Corey Schneider with a 2.06 goals against average. The guy is nuts. He's so good. I think it's time for our science experiment now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Jake Bean as a forward, and I'm going to see who we can throw on the defense. I'm also going to call up Timothy Liljegren. So we're going to change a couple things up right now. Let me go ahead and do it, and then I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, I have been sitting here, no joke, for 17 minutes trying to figure out why this will not work. So it looks fine, right? We got Jake Bean as a forward. That's what we want. I go to defense. I'm thinking, well, he can't play on the defense as well. So I have Timothy Liljegren there. That's fine, right? That's all good. We can't play Jake Bean as a forward and as a defenseman. So I'll go ahead and I will put in Cam Fowler. All right, we do that. And then this thing comes up. No lines. The player that is being substituted will no longer be playing on any lines. Would you like to continue substituting? That doesn't make any sense because we're substituting Jake Bean, who is going to be playing as a forward. I mean, I don't know how else to do this. So, okay, let's just go ahead and let's do it, all right? Let's go ahead and just try this, all right? Let's go ahead and put Cam Fowler where Jake Bean is going to go. Obviously, can't play both positions. You know, it looks good, right? Timothy Liljegren is a defenseman. Everything's great, and then Cam Fowler's here. I've went through every single possibility. Maybe I'm missing it because I can't figure it out. I don't know what is wrong. Jake Bean's a forward. Oh, he can't be a forward and a defenseman. All right, let's go ahead and throw Cam Fowler there. No lines, and it just goes right back to the way it was. It goes back to Cam Fowler. So our test is not going to happen, unfortunately. I don't know what else I could do. It's very, very confusing. I don't understand. I really wish I could understand because it's really pissing me off, but I can't get it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe this is so stupid. You guys are like, oh my god, facepalm. What does that mean though? I get it. I understand what they're saying, but this whole no lines thing. Timothy Liljegren, I want him to be on my defense. I want him to be a defenseman. Okay, let's put him where Jake Bean is. Let's put him where Jake Bean is, alright? How fucking hard is that? Nope, just kidding, you can't do it. Timothy Liljegren's there, and he's also a forward. Ah, gotcha. Oh my god, that's so dumb. That's so stupid. It's never going to be able to work, so this is a stupid test. I mean, we can play him as a forward on our power play, but that's stupid. Well, whatever. That's the way it is. We can't do anything about it, unfortunately, so that dream will never come true, which really sucks. But one thing I do want to mention is on our AHL team, Gustafsson, our first-round pick last year, is 83 overall. He needs to play in the NHL. He is ready. He is so ready to play in the NHL. So I'm thinking that we had to make a trade. We have to make a trade. I mean, exact same thing with McLeod. He should be playing in the NHL next year. But there's a problem because we have Bastian and we also have Adam Henrique and McNeil. So you could say goodbye to McNeil or maybe move McNeil there and then trade Bastian or Henrique. I don't know. I gotta leave it up to you guys for the next episode, but we're gonna get one more month of sim done, probably up to the trade deadline, and then, or maybe like a week prior to the trade deadline, so I can see what exactly we're going for here. But Gustafsson has to play in the NHL. I didn't even know he was 83 overall. That's crazy. He's progressed so well. Only in his first year in the AHL, he's already 83 overall. I mean, listed as a third liner. That could be like we could trade Bastian because he's got pretty decent trade value. We could trade him, and then we could move. Oh my God, Timashov actually just scored on the second shot of the game. Well, I was trying to think of what I was gonna say, but we can go ahead and we could trade that Bastian guy, and then we could move McNeil down to the fourth line, have Gustafsson as our third liner, and then eventually have him take over the second line spot. We could trade Henry. Let me know your thoughts on that. But up against Toronto, period number 1 is still a 1-0 game. Period number 2, 2-0. Brandon Leipzig scores again. This guy has our number. Period number 3, we get 1, but they get 2, and that's what happens when a team scores more than you. You lose. You lose. Oh, Timothy Liljegren, actually forgot to put him back down in the AHL. So I'll do that. We'll get a bit more simulation done, and then we'll see what we can do here, because I cannot have Gustafsson playing in the AHL. I can't do it. It doesn't make any sense, and we have too many good players that are not playing in the NHL, so something's got to happen, and maybe for the time being, actually, I'll bring him up and play him on the wing. You know what? No, I'm just going to leave it because I don't want to make any stupid choices, and I want to hear what you guys have to think first, but I think we're going to have to make a trade, though. I think that's honestly it. Like, he's 83 overall. He's doing fantastic this year in the AHL. I mean, same thing with McLeod. He's going to be ready for next year. Tyler Benson could even be ready for next year. Hopefully Timothy Liljegren is ready. We just kind of got to figure out what the hell we're going to do with that whole situation. But Timothy Liljegren's holding it down there in the AHL. We're going to get a bit more simulation done and then end this video off. It's so dumb how I couldn't play him as a forward. Like, why? Maybe I'm doing something wrong, and if I am, please let me know, because I do want to do that little test. But I don't know how you could get around that, even if there is like a way to get around that. I have no idea. But regardless, we're going to continue with the simulation. One more month, we're going to go up to the Philadelphia Flyers game, and then we're going to end this bad boy off. So thank you guys for being so patient with this, because I know it sucks not having the videos out and you kind of lose interest in the series after you don't see a video for almost 2 weeks. But I do apologize. I'm sorry. I owe you guys all a high five, a beer, a juice, a cookie, whatever you want. 8-0 victory over Edmonton. Woo! Oh my god. But I do owe you guys an apology, and I am pretty sorry about that. Let's go up in the SHL here for 1 month, so go ahead and throw our scout out there. Hopefully we can get back into it here, and we can move right along, and hopefully bring a Stanley Cup to New Jersey, because it's getting to the point now where I've almost failed as a GM, and I don't know why. I've put a team out there to win, but you know what? Sometimes the simulation's not that nice to you, and sometimes you get the shitty end of the stick, and I feel like that's what's happened here in New Jersey, because I've put a good team out on the ice. It's just maybe the simulation hates us. But what we're going to do is we're going to slow sim the game against Vancouver, because it is Corey Schneider bobblehead night against Vancouver. It makes sense, obviously. So let's go ahead and slow sim that game. We'll slow sim the game against the Flyers, then end this bad boy off. First period, 3-0 Cam Fowler, Taylor Hall, and Marcus Foligno. Period number 2, 5-1 Michael Dal Cole, John Merrill, and Michael Granlund. Third period, 6-2 Brandon Sutter, and then Pavel Zacha got one right after. So we're putting up some numbers here. 8 against Edmonton. We got 6 against the Vancouver Canucks. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like to see the goals. The goals are what I like to see. Keep on bringing them. Let's make this 2-game winning streak a 3-game winning streak against Patty Kane and the Hawks. And we win or lose. We lose 2-1, unfortunately. See, we score 6, and then we can't score more than 1. Very, very frustrating. But we come back with a 4-goal game there against Ovi and the Capitals, and up against the best team in our division, Wayne Simmons, Sean Couturier. Who else they have? Braden Shen, Claude Giroux. Let's go. Period number 1. And David Perron, the guy I didn't mention, scores. I didn't even know he's playing for the Flyers. Period number 2. There you go. My dude, Bastian, gets a goal on Steve Mason. Period number 3. Oh, Braden Shen, the guy I did mention, gets the 2-1 goal. And that's going to be how it ends, unfortunately. I think we're pretty close to the trade deadline. Yeah, we're 1 day. Oh my god, didn't even know that. We got the 29th, and then boom, it's on March 1st. So, we got to make a decision. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? You guys know my predicament. I'm thinking we trade for picks, or we trade for young guys, maybe trade for a young goalie, because these players, they are worth quite a bit. I will show you the trade values, and I mean, Taylor Hall is a player who could be up for trade. I mean, he could be out there. 47 points in 62 games, only 11 goals. Michael Dal Cole, 20 goals. Nugent Hopkins with 17. Paul Mary with 41. Again, kind of a disappointment, but what are you going to do? Jake Bean, 15 goals, 16 helpers. What a beast. Cam Atkinson is a guy you could think about maybe trading away. His contract's pretty decent, but for 28 points for a second liner, come on, buddy. That is definitely not good enough. Cam Fowler there with 24, McNeil with 24, Kunhackle with 20. Like, when your fourth liner, Kunhackle, almost outscores you, buddy, come on. Pavel Zacha, still waiting for him to break out. What do we got to do for him to break out? I don't know. And we got the boy Santini with 10 points. I'm sorry if my voice is getting a little bit hard to understand. I'm still sick and my nose is just awful right now. I gotta end this off pretty quickly, but go and look at the goalies here. Corey Schneider, 10 shutouts. I mean, picking up where he left off, just an absolute beast. Honestly, I'm just interested in the rookies pretty much. What rookie goalies are up there? John Giles, Nedeljkovic, and Rusu. Those are the top 3 rookie goalies in the NHL this year, and rookie skaters. Who's out there? Who's breaking through this year in the rookie department? Josh Rowe, who is 85 overall, 20 years old, 46 points in 61 games. Ryan McInnes, a bunch of players here. Brandon Pierlini, Alex DeBrincat. So, a bunch of players that are really young in the NHL now are finally breaking out. And that's kind of cool to see, but I will show you the trade values for everybody. I think Hall is almost maxed out. Like we could get a ton for Taylor Hall. We could get a ton. Yeah, look at that. Almost maxed out. We could get so much for Taylor Hall. And he's got 1 year left. He's going to want big boy money, like even bigger boy money than $6 million. Oh man, do we trade Halsey? Do we do it? Like there's so many players out there. Like we could trade for even like Paul Mary could be toast. What are we looking at here for Cam Atkinson? He's got good trade value. Like we have the values. We could get some pretty decent stuff here. Like if we could trade for like a pick, like a really high pick, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind getting like a team that just sucks. Like this Carolina pick's probably like a top 5 pick. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a top pick, but that's for next episode. We got the trade deadline, finishing it off, and then headed towards the playoffs. I got to bring a Stanley Cup to this wonderful city of New Jersey. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and let me know what to do about those trades. We got to make something happen.